Hey, here's a dumb idea. Let's reopen Alcatraz, says the President of the United States. He Truth Social this: rebuild and open Alcatraz. For too long, America's been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders, the dregs of society. Yeah, we have been plagued by them. Some of them even become president, who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering, which I think was his campaign slogan actually this time around. Anyway, I'm not gonna read the entire thing. We'll go to a little bit of it. It's too much. Blah, 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 spreading filth, bloodshed, mayhem, blah, blah, blah. This is why today I am directing the Bureau of Prisons together with the DOJ, FBI, and Homeland Security to reopen a substantially enlarged and rebuilt Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders. We will no longer blah, 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 blah. The reopening of Alcatraz will serve as a symbol of law, order, and justice. We will make America great again. Okay, so that's a bold idea there. I have a few problems, but it is a bold idea. A lot of words though. Big True Social post. Let's see if we can distill it down to its poetic essence.
And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is.
That's true. Never have more beautiful words been spoken. It's long been a symbol of whatever it is, which is true. It's a symbol of an earlier time, a darker time. I don't think people visit Alcatraz because they're like, oh, that was when America had hope, when we put people on an island. Also, he does know that it's on an island, right? When he says we're going to expand it, it's an island. Like, I don't think is he talking about up? Is he talking about like building extra levels or like a floating part on the way? Like, it's an island. You get what an island is, right, Donald? But anyway, we're gonna discuss. First though, I just want to acknowledge, where did this idea come from? There's different theories going around. Some believe it's actually Don Jr.'s idea because he posted earlier this year on Twitter, maybe we should reopen Alcatraz, desperately trying to get his father's attention. It failed, as he has throughout his life. That was in response to Guantanamo Bay being turned into a concentration camp. But was that actually the reason? Because a user on Blue Sky had some more details about another potential reason that he came up with this idea. He said, I may have context for this. Last night, WPBT in Palm Beach broadcast the 1979 Clint Eastwood film Escape from Alcatraz. Trump was in Palm Beach on the night in question. So maybe Trump was just up late watching TV, the most plausible thing in the world. And he's like, I just do whatever the box tells me to do. I find it plausible. Now, am I gonna fact check anything that person said? No, I don't care. But I do buy it willingly. JR, what do you think?
Obviously, it's another distraction and PR stunt, coupled with, of course, cruelty and extreme spending of, again, your money that they keep saying they're saving to do absolutely nothing when it comes to the end all thing that they're talking about, which is like somehow suppressing crime because we're opening up Alcatraz, which you're not gonna be able to do. But anyway, even if they try, it's just gonna be this failed attempt and they're gonna say it was Biden's fault. Anyways, Don Jr. probably came up with it at the time when he was smoking that really good Alcatraz. He was like, you know what? Alcatraz. Loser. I'm sorry, he snorted that Alcatraz. And he was like, man, this is great. So also, by the way, that last theory about him watching that show when he was at home happened to be in the area at the time. Actually, the reason why that's very likely as well is, look, he appointed Pete Hegseth because he watched him all the time on Fox News. He likes watching TV, and TV convinces him of what's right and what's wrong, and where to make really good decisions. This guy, like, we can't minimize how ridiculous and stupid his decision making is. He listened to guys like, who's that loser that told him to start with these tariffs? He went to jail. Now I'm blanking on his name. It doesn't matter because he went to jail too. So he listens to people that come up with ridiculous schemes because they are the last ones in the room with him. This is from the first term. We know all this about him. None of these things have any levels of thought process behind them. He put tariffs on the island with penguins and seals. He doesn't think that far. We tend to forget the levels of stupidity based in the way that this guy thinks and the decisions that he makes. We can't forget those things. He does so many of them, we forget the ones that happened 2 weeks ago. He does stupid things all the time. This is not too far from the realm of reality that he got this idea from any of those processes, Don Jr. or the TV.
I mean, I'm worried he's gonna see, I think, criminally underrated film The Island, and he's gonna combine the two ideas. We're just gonna send the prisoners there and then take their organs or whatever. Spoiler alert, by
He
the
went
way.
on a
But
Nick
anyway,
Cage. He went on Nick Cage a movie one on a movie binge one time, and he's like, "Did you know that convicts took over an airplane?"
by the way, I love that there have now been multiple references to Nicolas Cage on one episode of The Damage Report. But anyway, yes, it's a distraction. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. But I do have to note, as you point out, when he wants to create a distraction, what does he do? He creates something that is wildly cruel, wildly wasteful. And the issue is, what minimum are there 40 million people in America? They're like, yeah, we should reopen Alcatraz and send them all those, terrible murder. We're just flooded with murderers so much that they can't even find like one a week to deport or whatever. We desperately need to reopen Alcatraz. It's a stupid idea. Obviously, nobody's gonna take it seriously, except for Republican Congress people, because Markwayne Mullin already raced to Fox News to be like, yeah, let's have Riker and Alcatraz both open. So we got East Coast and West Coast both covered. And I know some of you haven't actually heard him speak, and you might be like, wait, is that actually an accurate impersonation of him? It is actually, that's exactly how he sounds. But anyway, and then he's like, yeah, Biden wasn't, we weren't a nation of laws. No, now we're a nation of laws. We got a felon as president. He's got stupid ideas from Sean Connery movies, and I'm a serious congressman. But anyway, it's not gonna happen. It's a national historic destination. It's a tourist place. That's what it's for, okay? That's the point of it right now. I haven't gone yet. I should probably go fast just in case. 1.6 million visitors go a year. It makes $60 million in revenue. Is he just trying to ruin tourism in San Francisco? Is that what this is about? And by the way, people have looked into why it was closed, why it was never reopened. When it was closed in 1963, the Federal Bureau of Prisons said it was 3 times more expensive to operate than any other federal prison. And it only held like 300 people. And it was 3 times more expensive than any of the much larger federal prisons. So this would be cruel and needlessly wildly expensive. So I reversed what I said earlier. I think you might actually do it. Remember, they were spending $1 million a flight to send people on military planes rather than regular planes when they deport them. They don't care. Like, they will pay a premium for the cruelty, particularly if it can also be racist. Any other thoughts, JR?
Every time Markwayne Mullin decides to go on TV or interview or even speak, someone should ask him, bring up those stats. Because again, all you have to do is ask them first questions about these stupid things that they say. So yeah, sure, you're all for it. 300 people housed, cost tons of money to do. Why is that helpful to the American people? Oh, and also, by the way, what do you think prison is for? What do you think our jailing system is for? What do you think it's for? And let him go ahead and answer like he did on Fox News, where it's a safe space where he can say, we're gonna show them who's really the criminals and who the bad guys are so they can be punished. It's supposed to be for rehabilitation, but we don't do that anymore in this country, do we?
No.
Weird how that works. I'm sorry, not anymore. Never really did.